I'm Quita Culpepper in Austin. There are big concerns over a 700-acre rock quarry that could be carved out in Burnett County. Area homeowners aren't the only ones pushing back. Operators of a popular summer camp in the Hill Country, just a few miles from the proposed site, say there could be issues with dust and groundwater. KVUE's Allison Hill shows us what's in store if the quarry moves forward.
For generations, summers in the Texas Hill Country have meant lake days, outdoor games, and memories that last a lifetime. But at Camp Buckner, leaders worry a proposed development in Burnett County could change that.
We have a quality of life here. We love it here, and that's about to change.
Just a few miles away, a proposed 700-acre rock crushing quarry off Hoover Valley Road is moving through the permitting process. The company running the project, Asphalt Incorporated, has already received key permits from the Lower Colorado River Authority and Texas Commission on environmental quality, but it's still seeking a groundwater permit. The Groundwater District says it will review whether this request meets its permitting standards.
We're very concerned about a rock quarry coming in this close. As you can see, this is beautiful land.
Just down the road here at Camp Longhorn, the concerns hit even closer to home. The proposed quarry would share a fence line with the camp.
We're all outdoors, and having a rock crushing quarry is something that could be devastating for children. I mean, we're talking about the health and safety of children.
In a statement to KVUE, Asphalt Incorporated says it's committed to being a good neighbor, using industry best practices, complying with environmental regulations, and mitigating impacts on the local community. But in the meantime, both camps say they'll keep fighting to protect what they believe makes this corner of the Hill Country so special.
All camps in Texas are really focused on keeping camps safe for children. It's not lost on me that now we're fighting a different battle. You know, now we're fighting a different kind of threat to that safety.
In Burnett County, Allison Hill, KVUE News.
A fire burned an abandoned structure and the flames spread to nearby brush in southeast Travis County on Wednesday. According to Travis County Fire Rescue, the fire happened on Moore Road, west of the 130 toll road. Additional firefighting resources, including the Austin Fire Department, were called to the scene. The cause of that fire remains under investigation. Hays County residents can now access government services online with a new website. The updated site lets people pay taxes, apply for permits, and submit requests directly from their phones or computers. Officials say the redesign includes better tools for people with disabilities and a subscription feature to get text or email alerts on different topics. Addresses along a stretch of Highway 71 in Bastrop County could soon see some changes to help prevent confusion. County leaders say the current numbering system is slowing down emergency response times, but changing the numbers would impact several homes and businesses. KVUE's Jessica Cha has their concerns.
Imagine calling 911, and the hardest part is explaining where you are. On State Highway 71 in Bastrop County, that is a real issue for some people.
See if I can get one to pull in.
But to understand the problem, you have to talk to the people responding to those 911 calls, like Alan Johnson with Bastrop County EMS.
We do have some confusing address ranges. The city and the county are responsible for addressing in their jurisdictions, and there's some overlap of block ranges.
Johnson says that repeating block numbers are their biggest issue. So for example, on this side of FM 969, SH71 goes from the 900 block to 800 to 700 and so forth. But on the other side of 969, the blocks will go back down to 600, then to 700, 800, and 900. And he says that can make it hard to know which specific block they're going to. Johnson says crews across the county get an address wrong at least twice a week, and every second counts during an emergency.
Especially as this county is growing and we're getting more and more businesses and more apartment complexes and residents moving in here, you know, the opportunity for something to go bad certainly is increasing.
So now the county is stepping in. In April, leaders formed a committee to straighten out the system by renumbering the highway, which also includes eliminating duplicate addresses and odd and even addresses on the same side of the road. But that can come at a cost. A Just Chiropractor is just one out of 1,700 addresses along SH71 that could be impacted by a change to the addressing system.
And so changing addresses is significant for small businesses, especially that are dependent on insurance.
Dr. Matthew Mix says when he moved into his current building a few years ago, changing his address with insurance companies took months to figure out.
So we were still caring for the patients that we see, we just weren't getting reimbursed for them.
So Mix says he hopes the committee will take this kind of impact to small businesses into account. In Bastrop, Jessica Cha, KVUE News.
As the temperatures climb in central Texas, families in Buda are finding fewer places to cool off. KVUE's Jose Alonso shows us why both of the city's splash pads are closed and the timeline to reopen them.
When it comes to the Texas heat and parks, families usually avoid the playgrounds.
It's really almost impossible to be at this park in the middle of the summer just because of how hot it is.
Rebecca Gravette took her son Elijah to the Buda City Park splash pads, which is usually gushing with water and providing summer entertainment. But right now, it's deserted.
I'm just a little disappointed. Obviously, it's really hot and we just wanted to get some playtime in before we go have dinner.
Park manager Juan Mosqueda says they're investigating a mechanical failure that could cost about $5,000 to fix. We asked him how long it could take until it's repaired.
We shut it down for safety reasons and for health reasons, and until we evaluate and figure out what we're up against. We're assuming possibly a week to 2 weeks.
After announcing the city park splash pads would not be available to the public, the city recommended that residents check out the Green Meadows splash pads. But as you can tell, they also ran into an issue here.
The heat doesn't help. All those electronics, those computer boards, I mean, you don't put your laptop or anything in the heat, or even your cell phone, you put it on the concrete pretty quick and it'll shut down on you.
These splash pads are the only public watering holes in the city. So while repairs take place and temperatures rise, this mom says,
we will definitely be back.
The city says the water shall flow once again before the summer is over. In Buda, Jose Alonso, KVUE News.
Restoration work at the Elizabeth Ney Museum is wrapping up soon here in Austin, and we now have an idea of when it might reopen. Those involved say the building itself is finished and has received its final certificate of occupancy. Now crews are focusing on the pedestrian bridge and finishing site details to meet safety rules. While museum staff say the famous sculptures are already moving back inside, the full reopening is pushed to spring of 2027. And that's all from us here in Austin. Hope you have a great day.